Hey, what's up, y'all? I finally got my GoPro fixed again. Pro tip, don't leave your GoPro in a 140-degree Texas heat car because the battery will explode and it'll be a problem for you. But for real, training is going really good. I can't believe we repped 600 pounds on squat. It did hit my CNS pretty hard this morning, so I think we're gonna go about 10 days without a heavy squat and pull back deadlifts a little bit, but things are super on track. And today with the bench, I really liked the tempo to long 2-second pause to explosive press. Just a little tip, and I talked about it in the short. If you control the weight and go as slow as possible on the descent, you are going to get the most generous pause call that they can give you within like the rule set. I can pretty much guarantee that because I've always had problems under pressure. I'll kind of drop the weight down and they're gonna wait until that bar is still as possible before they give me the press command. And sometimes that's been upwards of 2 seconds. And I deserved it because they want it controlled and not wobbling on your chest. But yeah, so pro tip, get some tempo to long pause, like doubles, singles, or triples, whatever you're comfortable with, and rotate them in if you want to get into that more powerlifting style bench so you can be ready for those commands and not get thrown off by a judge. Another thing, this is kind of off the wall, but I reckon it really cracked my nugget open. I've tried like 5 times to paraphrase it in video and I can't really, but I recommend reading In the Hills, the Cities by Clive Barker. I read it and then I listened to 2 audiobooks or 2 different versions of the audiobook with different readers during cardio. The audiobook's maybe like an hour and 15 minutes and it's a pretty quick read, but I'll try again to paraphrase. It's crazy and it's a really good, quick horror story. It's Clive Barker. It's about these 2 guys that are traveling to Yugoslavia and they end up seeing this festival where 40,000 people in each of these cities do this miraculous feat of engineering and bond themselves together, man, woman, and child, into these giant, like man-driven, like automatons, like giant robots or giant humanoids, but made out of 40,000 people, all controlled by like their movements and their muscles. And it's a 10-year festival where each city creates their own and then they face each other in the hills. And unfortunately, there is like an engineering flaw on one of them. And as they're setting up, it falls and all 40,000 people like almost die immediately. And as these 2 are driving in their car, they hear the scream of a human. They know it's a human scream, but it's 40,000 screams all at once. And then they see a river of blood passing in front of them and up against their car that they're coming from all these like freshly deceased bodies. It's got really crazy imagery. And one of the weirder things that happens is the other city, as they see this happen, it's so monumental and powerful and horrifying that they cease to be individuals and all their consciousness goes away and they become the giant. They become one and run off into the hills to try and figure out how to process this and just to live and be alive until they all slowly pass away under the weight of each other. It's very crazy. There's a lot more to it. It is pretty vulgar. It's Clive Barker in certain points, but I recommend reading it. I've done multiple 15-minute videos where I just trailed on and said and ah and couldn't keep it together. So this is the best synopsis I can give, and it doesn't ruin the entire story. So give it a listen. It's crazy. More content coming. Thank y'all for tuning in. And like my grandmama used to say, 6 Ward Due Main, caddy on driveway.